Born and raised in St. Louis, moved away like a lot of St. Louisans for work and school, and then ultimately the great city brought me back. Outside of work, I'm chasing around four young daughters. So I've got a rising sixth grader, rising third grader, rising second grader, and then one at a nursery program. My wife Megan, been married for 12 years now. Outside of work, it really revolves around these kids. I formed Parkland Group about 11 years ago in 2015 to buy, operate, and grow small companies, so less than $30 million in revenue. I got into this world just really by chance, opened my eyes up to this industry of buying and operating small businesses, providing basically succession plans to family-owned businesses and giving these owners the path to retirement, but also creating a great home for the business, but also the employees. I was raised in a household. My dad was a small business owner. He started a real estate business here in St. Louis. And then his dad, my grandfather, owned a business in the flavoring industry. From a very young age, that idea of autonomy and to be in control of your own destiny and to create something with a team in the confines of a smaller business was always kind of in the back of my mind. I think of this industry that I'm in, the business or the industry of buying and growing small businesses. It's always excited me because you get to do three things that I just think are awesome. So one, you get to sit down with really interesting business owners that have built something from nothing. These are older owners that are looking to transition out of the business. And so you're trying to create a solution that's a financial solution, but also kind of a life path solution. And then two is the employee base. In these smaller businesses, let's just say sub 30 million in revenue and sub 100 people, there's always, I feel like in every scenario, there's always 3 or 4 people at least that are either in the wrong seat or they've just never kind of been brought into the tent and asked for their opinion. And so we've always been able to kind of discover, talent and engage talent that has previously been kind of undiscovered. And then the third bucket is learning about the business, and so these businesses have obviously done a lot right to survive for 10, 20, 30, 50, 80 years. And so it's kind of identifying what the core elements are that have enabled that survivorship to take place. There was a book that Alan Mulally was a key part of. That he was at Boeing for a large portion of his career, and then he went and kind of turned around Ford after the Great Recession when Ford was really had its back against the wall. And so his management philosophy was kind of outlined in this book, and it really struck a chord with regards to you call it core values, call it kind of DNA, call it kind of an ethos, but why are you existing? It's one, I think it's creating a plan. And so really putting together a thoughtful growth plan that the whole team can get around and is excited by. I think at our core, humans want to grow. And so I think it's incumbent upon the owners of these smaller businesses to come up with a growth plan to really excite people. And then the second part of that is divvying up the responsibility. And so rather than being a dictator at the top of one of these small companies that never works, you got to really deputize people to take a portion of the plan and execute. And then the third part of that is coming back together on a weekly basis and reporting out to one another how we've done. And so there's individual accountability. I've always hated the word acquisition. We're in the adoption business. We're adopting these businesses. These are healthy, thriving businesses. We're going to adopt them, kind of let the horse run around the track for a few laps. And I want to be as gentle as possible in changing out that jockey, i.e. the leader that's retiring and sailing off into the sunset. We're adopting these businesses. We're slowly changing out the jockey as that business is going round and round the track. And then the why is just for us all to reach our potential, and that sounds so cliche and corny. But again, I think I come back to this earlier point that I made that, we all want to be part of a team that's winning and to create a company that we can all be proud to say we're a part of.